Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? So I'll be doing the gospel moment this evening, and the gospel is on chapter 22, item 1. It's a little bit bigger than that, but I think that can summarize pretty well. So I read it and we explain, and then invite us to read the entire chapter. Okay, so the message is the following. Have you not read that he who created man at the beginning created them male and female? And then he said, for this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother, and shall be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh only. Hence, they shall no longer be two, but one flesh only. Therefore, let no man separate what God has joined. That's Matthew chapter 19, items 3 through 9. And as I said, the gospel according to Spiritism, it really comes to rescue us, right? It really helps us to understand the message. And it goes deeper a little bit, explaining the message, explaining to you is that, the laws, the only law that will never change, that's going to be the same into eternity, is God's law, right? The law of progress, the law of equality, the law of preservation, and we can find all laws, all the natural laws on the Spirit's book, part 3 of the Spirit's book. I recommend everybody to read that, pretty nice book. And human laws, in the meantime, is not like that, right? It depends on time, location. It depends on our intellectual progress. Human laws change as it should, right? There are things back then that were considered okay, they're not now. So hopefully, you will continue the progress and the laws will progress as well, right? But in the marriage, God is also there, because a very important part of the marriage is to procreate it, right? God actually, on the gospel, he mentions to replace the dying people. So we're going to give new opportunities. And how do we go by that? It's up to us. Sometimes we decided to leave everything on God's hand, but come on, let's take responsibility. How we do this, it's up to the human race. It's for us to decide how we act on it. Right? And it is important to remember that, as I said, it depends on time, location. There are some rules that might be okay here, but might not be okay in other places. We are different. We are not the same. So we got to understand that civil laws, human laws, is specific for each time and location. It's not the same everywhere. But also, in the marriage, when you marry through love, because you really love someone, then you're putting God into your marriage. If you're really married because you love, you want to dedicate, you want to be together, you're actually putting love on your marriage. And these will never end. Those type of marriages will never stay because they are connected through love. And as he said, it's going to be connected in the flesh, but you're also going to be connected through eternity. When you disincarnate, when you go to the spirit world, we're always going to be very close to each other because we are connected through love. And when we procreate and we have kids, we increase our family because we start loving our kid. And we have that, it will help that kid to progress. So we extend love, we extend God. But a lot of marriage doesn't go through that, right? Some of the marriage, it might be for selfishness, money, or any other reason. Maybe people were too immature, they get married, or maybe they think they loved each other, but they really didn't. So a lot of those we see there. And if you think about it, if those marriages stay connected, stay together, you can see through history, on the news actually, that a lot of those marriages might end up in tragedy. Not only physically, but psychologically. So when Jesus said, let no man separate what God joined, if you didn't get married because of love, if there's no love in there, it's only selfishness, money, material things, God has not joined them. You're not separating anything. You just focus on the human and civil laws. You're not focused on God. And the gospel is not saying that human laws are not important. Civil laws are not important. Not at all. It's extremely important. We have the laws today and we have the rules today that we need for our progress. If we don't like our laws and our regulations because we are not there yet. So, we are as good as our regulations. So, we need those And if you think about it, as I said, there are things in the past that was okay that today we're considering extremely, insane, let's say. And I'm pretty sure in the future, the next generation is going to look back at us and going to say the same thing. Oh my God, how can you guys say that was okay? No, it's part of our progress. We progress, not only us, the spirits, but the world itself is progressing. So we are all going together. And another thing that they mentioned that I thought was unique, it was, how charitable, how kind of us to live like two people that cannot tolerate each other, stay together. Are we being nice to them? Wouldn't that be better for them to separate, take their own direction, and be happy and progress? Be free to be better, and don't stick together for something that you don't really need and you don't really want. It might be more even harmful. So I guess to conclude, I'll just say that we should not only on a marriage, but on every action that we take, if you follow God's law, if you follow love, if you have faith, we're going to move on the right direction. And we got to understand and respect the human's laws, that those are the laws that we need. But with love, we're always going to be connected, not only in the flesh, but through eternity. Thank you.